Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another episode of Not Too Comic Book. This being a show, we talk about TV shows that are adaptations of comic books. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about Season 1, Episode 7 of The Boys Presents Diabolical. A great episode. A lot of really interesting things went down in this episode, so let's break it down. It's a very sweet, sorrowful episode, and I love the animation style. Kind of another anime aesthetic, but I don't know, like, it's a very, like, specific style that you feel like, this feels like this could totally be an extended anime movie if you made it. Like, if you, I could definitely, because I think you could build a longer story around all of these. This one in particular feels like this could definitely be like an anime movie of just, like, things, like, I feel like it could almost be like a Studio Ghibli film. Like, it feels like it almost has that art style, but not. I don't like, but there's like older anime movies that have like that similar feel and aesthetic to them. I thought it was interesting too that Andy Samberg wrote this episode. I thought that was kind of interesting. But the two actors who played John and Sun-Hee, the actor who plays John, he was because I saw he was like from Matrix Reloaded. I was like, who the hell did he play in Matrix Reloaded? He was the key maker, the key dude in Matrix Reloaded. And the actress, I haven't seen the movie. I need to, because I've heard nothing but good things about it. But one of the movies she's known for is Minari, so I want to check that out. But I thought this was like just a very sorrowful episode, you know. Like, once again, it's just interesting, like, not only aesthetically but even just genre wise, like the ebb and flow of just where these shows go. These are, some lean more comedic, some probably a little more, I think most of them end up leaning more comedically, and but this one is just very like serious, and but also beautiful, because it's like, right, a man just wants to save his wife because she's dying, and he steals Compound V because he has access to it, because, well, doesn't have access to it, but he works at Vault and he's able to steal some, and he injects her, and her powers manifest. I guess like basically kind of similarly to Sky, how her poop came to life. I think in this, it's like her cancer became, what does a cancer do? I think it consumes like your cells and stuff. Like, I actually don't know how cancer actually works on a medical level, like what it actually does to your body. I know it breaks down your body. I mean, at least that's my understanding of it, but I think it attacks your cells and stuff. So that cancer is literally what's meant, because at first I was like, oh, is that her soul attacking, coming out of her body? But just like the beautifulness of just like the design of it, and just like how it sweeps people, cutting people in half, but also like it, like especially that point when they're in the lobby where it goes out and it like sweeps in and grabs people, and as it's grabbing people, it's absorbing and disintegrating them. I just love, like, I think like from just an artistic standpoint, I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful, and just especially like how vibrant the blue is from that thing. Once again, I'm not the art nerdy dude, but I'm like, yo, I can get art nerdy when I need to be, when it just talking about like just how beautiful the animation was for that. And just, and you add on top of this of like, right, she's like, no, this can't be okay, it's not right, that's what's happening. But for him, it's like, I don't care, like, you're better now, you're walking for the first time in months, you're okay, you're better, we can go away and it's going to be fine. It's like, Vault will never let you get away. But for him, he doesn't care. Like, he was able to get his wife back. He wasn't just going to let her go. And it's just, I think that's so sweet and heartfelt, just not wanting to let go of the person you love, but also the consequences of it, because not being able to let go has consequences, and what that will do and what it will warp you into. Luckily, she isn't losing herself to it, but the thing inside of her finally pops out. And like I said, could we see the massive stuff inside of him? I was like, oh, is that the cancer itself? And I think it is. And now it's kind of a mind of his own, and now it's just like devouring life all around, all those poor animals, every Vault person that came after him, who one of some of those Vault people were voiced by Carrie Payton, which obviously is best known like Ezekiel from The Walking Dead, but also Cyborg, which upon learning that, because I never realized they were the same person, I didn't find out until like, what, a year or two ago, yeah, like now, like anytime I hear his voice, I can't not unhear Cyborg. But regardless, he was still going to run away. He's like, no, this isn't a problem. We'll get far away from here because you're okay. Yeah, that cancer's not even in your body anymore. But for her, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's not. My body is out here hurting and killing people. Like, if we don't stop it, it's going to keep expanding. And so he wants to just leave. It's like, we'll call the police, we'll call the army. But she's like, no, we have to do something, because that cancer came from me, and you're the one that set this all in motion. But he's like, no, we'll die. And she's like, but we have to try. And it's just like, you know, it's like, I just got you back, you know? And despite everything, they confronted, and it seems that because it was a part of her body at one point in time, I guess some of the power doesn't just go to it, it did come to her. So we don't get the full scale of what she's capable of doing, but she makes a decision that she's going to fight this thing. And they have to say goodbye to each other. And those final moments, legitimately, I started tearing up when she's like, right, make sure you don't skip any meals and stuff, like, even if I'm not around, like, and that beautiful aesthetic of when she's walking and like the trees are kind of that goldish yellow and he's kind of having to say goodbye to her and she confronts the monster and that's the last shot of the episode. I thought that was beautiful. I mean, he'd probably still end up suffering the ramifications of it, but VOD is VOD, so they're just probably not going to do anything. They're going to make him sign an NDA and just sweep it under the rug, I don't know whether it's just going to be like a final clash or just like she unleashes her power and it consumes her and it. And maybe it's like, right, upon it absorbing her, she hits it and they all both dissipate and kind of implode upon themselves or something. But like I said, it was just a very beautiful episode, I think, in that regard. And it's just like I said, I actually still getting a little choked up by it. Once again, it's just fascinating, like how something, just only a couple minutes long can still impact you like that to make you feel something. Because we've all dealt with losses in our own way, and not wishing we can do whatever it takes to bring the person back. And because I was scared what was going to happen was like one of the 7 or like some superhero like a Homelander or something was going to show up and kill her and kill the Thing, like kind of very similar to episode 2 where just like Homelander came in, killed everybody. Like I thought there might be something similar to that, but her making the sacrifice in her own right to protect the person. She, like I said, I think this story in its own right could be a whole anime movie in its own right. Hit you with the feels. Like I said, most other episodes have been like very sweet or cute or fun or funny, but this was just a very like sweet in its own right, but very heartbreaking episode. So I don't know, man. It just really hit me. But yeah, really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.